Hi guys, good morning. Welcome back to another weekly vlog. I'm so excited to kick this one off today. We have so much fun stuff going on this week. Today I'm headed to a Pilates class with Bloom. I'm partnering with Bloom Nutrition and they're taking me to a local Pilates studio here in town. It's called Sand Studios, so I'm really excited. It's my first time doing reformer Pilates. I've done like a little intro class at Club Pilates, but obviously that's not like to the degree of an actual class, so I'm really excited to try it out. I do mat Pilates all the time. I kind of incorporate it into my routine as my body needs for like extra mobility and that kind of thing, but this is the first time I'll do like an instructor-led one, so that is so exciting. Really, this is just gonna be a normal week in my life vlog like always. I'm starting out, I already did an hour incline walk on the treadmill this morning because I wanted to get some cardio in before I go to Pilates. I was gonna do a run, but I think since I had my half marathon last week, I'm gonna kind of take a week break in between now and next week with running, just to give my body a little bit of break, a little bit of rest and recovery, focus on more so just like steady state cardio with walking, Pilates, yoga, taking it easy and simple so that I don't stress myself out too much, and then jump into our training for our half marathon in New York the week after that. That's April 27th, so excited for that. And up until then, it's just gonna be prep basically for that race. Focus for that race on beating my time. Obviously I'm gonna try, but we'll see, because my last half marathon went really well. So before we go to the Pilates class this morning, I'm gonna make me a quick bagel just because I'm starving after that hour walk. My stomach's like already growling, and I have some errands to run after the Pilates class, so I'm not gonna be directly back home. So know that if I don't make something, I'm going to actually starve. So let's get a bagel going. I am like beyond obsessed with the blueberry solo bagels. I know you'll know this about me, but I can't stop eating them. So that's what we're gonna do for breakfast this morning. And I'm also have been so obsessed with freaking fig jam. I'll show y'all the kind I've been using. Give me one sec. I'm popping this in the toaster. Okay, this whole lemon fig jam marmalade from Walmart is what I've been using. It's 40 calories per tablespoon, so it's a little bit higher cal than I normally like, but it's just so good that I'm like, it's worth the sacrifice for me. I use this on my bagel and then I add some spray butter to it. So let me concoct this together and then I'll show y'all what it looks like. Okay, so once we get her toasted, I just add my fig jam to the top. This is 2 servings, so it is 80 calories, but like I said, I'm gonna be gone for a while and not be back until lunch until later, so. And then I top it with spray butter, and it is the best bagel concoction ever, guys. Like, it is literally delish. Like, please tell me that doesn't look so good. The jam is just way better. Like, think about charcuterie board jam when you eat it with brie. That's what it tastes like. It is so good. Okay, I'm gonna eat this and then we're gonna head out to our Pilates class and I will see y'all there. Valentine's Day, hence why I'm so festive in my cute little pajamas. Quick little recap. So Pilates was Tuesday. I quite literally have not filmed anything for the vlog past that because Tuesday all day, Wednesday and Thursday, I was like completely working the entire day, like no breaks, to the point where, you know, my workout routine hasn't even necessarily been on as par. I just got back to half marathon training because our second half marathon is in New York on April 27th. So today, Friday, was my first day actually getting another run in. We're gonna go on another one tomorrow and then hopefully next week be back in a normal scheduling. It's been an insane week and I'm definitely ready to just like chill and relax a little bit. And I thought it would be cute to vlog and take you along. Me and my husband are making a Valentine's Day dinner at home. We're not going out to celebrate until tomorrow night because we couldn't get reservations at the pasta bar that we wanted to go to tonight, so we're doing it tomorrow. We're making filet and potatoes and having some wine, and I thought I would show you kind of what we do at home to still like reach our goals and be healthy and not use like every excuse to, you know, go out and have crazy dinners and stuff. We're gonna do that and we're gonna celebrate tomorrow, but like it's really easy for us to like lock in our goals and be healthy and still enjoy ourselves and have a fun date night at home. So that's what we're gonna do tonight. One of my favorite dinners to do, like feel a little bit fancier and celebrate but still be healthy, is filet baked potatoes and some sort of vegetable. So that's what we're cooking tonight, and I'm gonna have a few glasses of Prosecco. Let's get into it. He's almost home with our steaks and then we're gonna start grilling it up. It's about 4 p.m. and I'm hungry because I didn't eat lunch today. I ate breakfast at 7:30 and then I had to go on my run around lunchtime, so I just had like a little pre-lunch snack. So I'm ready for an early dinner so I can have a relaxing night and not worry about anything, because your girl is freaking tired and exhausted. Let's get into it. Okay, we are about to start cooking. Here's a haul of what we got. So the very first thing is fillets. These are from Sam's. Beef tenderloin, filet mignon. These are my favorite like beef to cook. Really, I don't eat beef that often, but when I do, it is always these. They're so good. Sam's is normally a little bit cheaper. Let's see the total price for this. This was actually $24 a pound, so that's actually really expensive. But normally you can kind of get it there for like $19 a pound. Then we also got the big asparagus. I like steaming these first and then throwing them on the Blackstone to grill, so that's what we're gonna do. And then Kylan for some reason got an entire bag of potatoes instead of just getting a little bit of potatoes. But anyways, we're gonna cut up some of these and get these ready to throw on the Blackstone as well. The very first thing we have to do, chop everything up, weigh everything out, and prep it. Okay, the first thing I'm gonna do is prep everything. So we're cutting everything up and kind of getting it on some plates so that we can take it out to the Blackstone. I'm gonna start on the fillets first and I'm gonna season them. I'll show you my favorite seasonings, but I pre-portioned all this into my day with my macros so I don't have to worry about anything. I did 7 ounces of filet, I think, that I have ready for me. I kind of zero out the scale and just see how much one of these are. Okay, that's 7.2. So this one's gonna be mine because it works perfectly with my macros, and the rest of them we're just gonna go ahead and grill so we can eat them tomorrow probably. So one thing I'm always gonna do is obviously pat my steaks down because the seasoning sticks so much better that way. And then my husband has to have the fat trimmed off or he will literally have a heart attack. But these already come really lean anyways, so it's like this part right here, we're just gonna kind of trim her off. So normally when you do that, you can just kind of peel it off too. But the reason we do filet so often is because they're so lean and they like lack that much fat, so it's really easy to just keep them really lean and not have to worry about a bunch of calories from the fat, you know? That's normally how I cut mine. Just, okay, the bigger ones have like bigger chunks on them, so like we'll have to take all this off and all of that off as well. But don't underestimate the power of romanticizing like a little dinner at home, because when you do that, it's a win-win for everybody. And I know for my clients, I get a lot of questions about like, how do you eat with your husband and that kind of thing. There are amazing things if you pick the right options that you can eat that are healthy. It just takes a little bit more effort. Like, no, we're not sitting here ordering in and out, you know, like every single night together. And it takes a little bit more effort maybe, but it is so worth it because you get to spend time together and you get to eat delicious freaking healthy food. Something you need to realize in your weight loss journey or your health journey or whatever is that like you can have luxuries, but it takes sacrifice. So think about like, okay, you know, if I want to take my family to Disney World, maybe I have to save a little bit every month to do that and not spend it on a coffee, right? That's the same thing. Sometimes you're gonna have to sacrifice time to be able to, you know, be healthy and lose weight or reach your physical goals, or sacrifice it being a little bit more expensive at the grocery store, or sacrifice your Sunday afternoon to meal prep and make sure that you're prepared for your week. Maybe sacrifice no dressing on the salad at the restaurant, whatever. Sometimes you have to make sacrifices, but they're so worth it because sacrificing the time is letting me be able to hit my goals while also doing all the things that I love and enjoy. And a lot of the times that's why that's why people can't stay consistent on weight loss journeys, is because they're like, oh, accepting that they have to make all these insane sacrifices that aren't necessary, such as only ever eating at home, or only eating their meal prep and taking it to all the fun events with them, or cutting out alcohol altogether, or cutting out, you know, their favorite foods to the point where they can't stay consistent at all, when in reality you can have a balance. It does just take a little bit more effort to have balance. And that's why so many people fail at balance, is because they're not willing to put in the effort in order to have it. But when you start putting in the effort and you notice, oh, I can literally actually hit my my goals and eat delicious food and eat stuff that I love and like do all the things that I love and be involved in like events that I want to go to or be involved at work and take part with my coworkers and not feel like I'm missing out on life 24/7 for the sake of watching the scale drop. When you start noticing like you can do that after you put in effort for a little bit, then the effort is so worth it to you because you notice the payoff that you get from that effort. And then you keep doing it over and over again. So you just have to give yourself the chance to succeed and, you know, take advantage of that opportunity. Here is what our juicy, delicious steaks are looking like. Let me show you the seasonings I use because they're so freaking good. Okay, trimmed all the fat off. These are the two that I've been loving. This one is red hot honey stinging garlic and Kinder's black truffle Parmesan smokehouse, black garlic and truffle. So good, and I am so generous with these. This one is so good on filet because it like creates kind of like a glaze on it. So I just do it like this and then I like rub it into the steaks on all sides. And I do that with both of the seasonings. I don't know if I've ever talked about this, but one of my favorite things to do while I'm like hungry waiting on dinner is snacking on dill pickles. I snack them all the time anyways, but it's the perfect appetizer. I don't know why. All right, let me show you the spread. Here are our fillets fully seasoned. We have our asparagus. I steam these in the microwave first for like 5 minutes before I throw them on the grill just because it gets the inside softer. And then I do the same thing to the potatoes so it doesn't take as long. So we can kind of just like char the outside on the grill. But basically I just cut these up, seasoned them all. We were gonna bake them, but it takes too long. So now I'm gonna put them in the microwave, steam them a little bit, and then we're gonna throw everything on the grill and I'll show y'all when we get out there because if you don't have a Blackstone, you need one. Okay guys, this is what we're looking like. As you can see, we have 20 million asparagus on here, but here's our fillets, asparagus, potatoes are over here. The Blackstone is an absolute masterpiece. Like, it is literally so good, and it's out here in our garage gym. It just makes the most delicious food, and it tastes so much better than in a skillet, so it's definitely worth the investment. So this is gonna be so bust down when we get it off. I am so excited. Y'all, this looks so gourmet. Please look at that steak, asparagus, a bunch of potatoes. This is such a good plate. I like my steak like medium rare. I'll take a bite of my potato before my husband comes in so that he doesn't see me. This is gonna be so good. Waiting for us to pull off the grill, but perfect Valentine's Day dinner, and I'm gonna have a couple glasses of champagne and clock out to hang out and watch the new season of Love is Blind. Let me just give you a close-up really quick though of how amazing this dinner looks. Pro tip, get you a husband who is a chef. Good morning, kings and queens of the YouTube channel. Oh my God, that was so stupid. It is Saturday. We are headed for a 5-mile race pace run. We have about, let's see, a little over like 10 weeks until our half marathon in New York. So I'm kind of honestly just like, I'm using the foundation of my last running program that I used for my first half marathon and just doing it with a little bit more intensity this time, since my pace and everything is obviously a lot faster than it was whenever I first started training, when I was running like 3 miles in like 33 minutes. I was way slower than I am now. Now I'm getting to the point where I need to train with a little bit more intensity. My goal every time is just to get better than my last, and so really my goal for New York is just beating my 1:42 time from this half marathon that I just did. So with that being said, I don't want to train too high intensity too fast because I want to make sure, you know, I prevent injury and stuff like that. But being a little sneaky, I did have a bite of a crumble cookie for my little pre-run snack before I leave out the door. We got the Valentine's Day ones, and the strawberry cake one is so good refrigerated. So I ate probably like a 1/4 of that, honestly, before I'm headed out. So I'll take y'all on this run with me. We can kind of see what my pace sits at. We're shooting for like a race pace today, which my race pace on my last half marathon was 7:48, I think. So if we can keep it around that, my 4-mile run yesterday was around that pace too. So we're gonna try to shoot for 5 miles at race pace today, keep it cute and fresh, and then come home because we have a Valentine's Day reservation dinner we're gonna go to tonight. I'm really excited about that because I'm getting shrimp linguine, I already know, or lobster linguine actually, and they have this really good cute little cocktail on the menu that I want really bad too. So it's gonna be such a good day. I'm really excited, and let's get on this trail. I'll let y'all know how it goes. Okay, let's get into it, guys. We got 5 miles on the agenda. I'm just doing a quick little warm-up walk. The weather is so nice. It's a lot less cold than yesterday, hence why I'm in this outfit and just in a little sweatshirt instead of my normal running jacket. Honestly, it's probably going to be a really good one. It's a little wet, but nothing too crazy, and it's busy out here. There's a lot of people, a lot of dogs. So I'll check in with y'all probably when I get about halfway, but I'm shooting for like a 7:45, 7:50 pace for this 5 miles, and then hopefully vlogging doesn't slow me down, but normally I'm pretty okay. So okay, today's a little bit harder than expected, you guys. I'm running at like an flat pace. I was a little bit slower because I had to stop and fix my hair. My running shoes were in the washer, so I wore my other ones. Not ideal circumstances, but we're almost at 3 miles, so we're just gonna do the best that we can. Okay guys, we checked it off, we're done. Pace was a little bit slower than normal. I was around like, I think 8 minutes and 2 seconds or 8 minutes flat or something like that. I'll put my time on the screen and stats obviously so y'all can know how it went. This is just your sign that just like weight loss, just like any goal, the journey's never linear. So just because I ran 5 miles faster than this before doesn't mean that I'm not gonna have a day where 5 miles takes me a little bit longer and it's a little bit harder due to whatever conditions obviously that entail within that run. But it shouldn't be discouraging because I think back to when I was starting my first half marathon training and it took me like 52, 53 minutes to run 5 miles, 12, 13 minutes faster. That's crazy. And I'll just keep getting better from there if I keep training just like I did the first time. So don't get down on yourself because it wasn't perfect. Be happy because it's done. And done is better than perfect every single time. So she's done and that's what freaking matters. And now that means that that's one more thing checked off our to-do list for today. It's around like, what time is it? I think it's like 11:30 or something, maybe almost 12. We're gonna go home, I'm gonna shower, have some laundry to do I'm gonna throw in there, and then we're gonna get ready for dinner tonight at the pasta place we're going to. So when you train hard, like, you have to fuel your body. Is that an excuse to eat like crap all the time? No. But it is an excuse to make sure that you're not neglecting the nutrients that your body needs, and that's why I'm going to get pasta tonight for Valentine's Day. I will see y'all whenever we're getting ready for that, show y'all my fit check and everything, but I want to do a little get ready with me and talk about my future goals in a little bit, and I will see y'all then. Okay, so I accidentally screwed up and fell asleep and slept until 4. Had to get ready in 45 minutes, and now we are headed to our dinner reservation. I thought my husband was gonna be home earlier than he was to wake me up. I thought he was gonna be home at like literally 3:15. That did not happen. So I slept late. Now we are headed to Mezzaluna Pasta Bar. It's called like a mozzarella bar or something. It is gonna be so good. I'm so excited and I'm hungry because when I nap I wake up hungrier, but that's not the point of this. Basically, you're not gonna be able to see my outfit, but I have a cute sweater on and then some cute little shorts and then my tall boots on. So she's looking cute, and a little purse. I have everything pre-logged in that we're gonna get. I think I'm gonna order the raviolis. And before I went to sleep, so just so you'll know kind of how a day for me looks like whenever I'm going out to eat and like need a lot of calories for the nighttime, I tend to only eat meals and not snacks. And then I prioritize meals that keep me really full so that I don't feel like deprived before, right? Because even if we're budgeting calories and we're gonna like save calories per se, you don't have to not eat your whole day in order to do that successfully. And if you prioritize the right things before it, you'll set yourself up for success to make sure that you can eat enough. This morning for breakfast, I made a cottage cheese potato bowl. So I had potatoes, cottage cheese, eggs, some sriracha sauce, and then I had some keto toast with sugar-free jam on the side. And that was so much volume and variety, which then obviously led to me being really full. We went on our run, came home, and then since I was really busy, I only really needed to eat one more meal before, so I ate lunch at around 1:30. We're having an early dinner. Our reservations are at 5:15, so, and I'm still pretty satisfied from that. So I'm not pushing myself to the point where I'm like extremely hungry and then get there and eat everything in sight. That's stupid. Don't do that. We had a yogurt bowl. Yogurt bowls are my go-to for staying full and satisfied. Like, they're probably the thing that keeps me the fullest for longest because you can put so much protein powder in it, so much yogurt, and it has like 50 grams of protein and you're freaking set. That's what I did. I did my chocolate chip cookie dough one today and it was so delicious. Now we're set up to go grub on some ravioli. I hope they bring bread to the table because that's my favorite part, but it wasn't on the menu. And then I also found this really cute little low-calorie cocktail on the menu too that's gonna be like a smarter, skinnier choice per se that I'm gonna have as well, and I have all of that pre-logged in. So let's get it. Sunday reset time. I'm so excited. We just got back home from church and I have a lot to do to prepare for the week ahead. I really honestly just reset, chill out, get a little bit of work done, clean my house, like do everything I know that needs to be done so my mind can go in fresh for a killer week ahead. We just got back from grocery store shopping. I thought I would give you a haul of all of the things that I got, obviously, just so you can kind of see what it took for us to restock. The very first thing I got at store today, stocked up on some Solo blueberry bagels. I always never go a shopping trip without these. They're an essential. Honestly, I'll stock up on like literally 10 packages of those when I can and freeze them. We also refreshed on some drinks. This Milo zero sugar sweet tea is like a staple for us. We drink it all the time. My husband loves it. And then I've been loving my new drink obsession lately, these zero sugar strawberry and cream Dr. Peppers. If you have not had these, y'all, these are so freaking good. Honestly, I'm not even a Dr. Pepper girly. I usually am a Coke girly, but this one is fire. Then let's just rapid fire through some more stuff. I got these Bird's Eye mashed cauliflower. This is the garlic one. I actually bought the higher calorie one last time, so I was like, I'm just gonna wait to try it until I can get the one that's lower calorie, because this one's like 80 less calories for the whole thing. So my husband's gonna have the other one. It's like garlic and chive, I think, and this is regular roasted garlic. So I'm gonna have this for lunch with some steak today. Also had to restock on some whipped cream cheese. This is the kind that I get. I always do whipped because I feel like you get more fluff for less calories, so it's helpful. Jars of Fage, I usually have 2 to 3 of these in my fridge at all times, because I eat it so often. I just finished off my jar yesterday, so I decided to get 2. I get the zero fat one. This is the best for yogurt bowls because it's the thickest like Greek yogurt I've ever had. It mixes so well with protein powders and stuff like that, so it's delish. Had to also stock up on some spray butter. I use this one, can't believe it's not butter kind. It's my favorite just because it sprays the best, but I put this on a lot of stuff, and a lot of times I cook with this. It only takes a couple sprays to coat your pan, and it's really easy to count the calories for instead of using like cooking spray. Had to get some more Good Culture cottage cheese, y'all. I'm not a cottage cheese girl, but this reduced fat Good Culture kind is so good. I've been eating it nonstop. Like, I really can't stop eating it. So if you haven't had that and you don't really like cottage cheese, I really think that that'll change your mind. We had to grab some seasonings. So my most basic seasonings, like garlic powder and onion powder, are what I picked up because I use these like in every single thing I cook. I just get the cheapest ones because they all taste the same. I also had to stock up on some low calorie condiments that we're out of. So like mayo is one that I always go for. I eat this on practically like everything. Sandwiches, poke bowls, I make spicy mayo out of it. The one I've been obsessed with lately is my Ray's no sugar added barbecue sauce. Y'all, I'm not usually a barbecue sauce girl, but this is so good on my chicken. I toss my chicken in it, I put it on my bowls, my like cauliflower rice chicken bowls. So good, and it tastes just like normal barbecue sauce. And then of course we had to get a couple of Alani's. I only got 2 because they didn't have the 6-pack, so I just decided to grab 2 to hold me over for the next couple of days, and then try to find the 6-pack whenever I actually do go into the store, or into a new store, a different Walmart, because they're a lot freaking cheaper when you buy them all together, because those were $2.50 per can. And then very last thing, we honestly mostly had like enough vegetables, so we didn't really have to buy more vegetables. We have asparagus, green beans, and broccoli already, and some peppers, I think, so I just had to grab some fruits. I just grabbed some bananas. I have 1 more banana left to eat, so I got some green ones. And then y'all, look how amazing these strawberries look. When I saw these, this is the last pack left of this brand. They look like insanely ripe and juicy and sweet. I was like, I have to get those. These are gym pack long stem strawberries. But yeah, that's all for our grocery haul today. So once I get all of this put up, I'll take y'all through kind of more of my Sunday reset and what we're doing to get ready for the week. But okay guys, as you can see, step 1 of Sunday reset is change outfit. So I'm in a comfy little sweat set. The first thing I always do is my kitchen. My living room stays like pretty solid, not too dirty, but the dishes need to be done. So I'm gonna unload all of these and reload them because my sink is completely full. Also would absolutely love to know if anyone else feels like when you have dishes in the sink that your whole house is dirty. I don't know why, but that's like literally my mindset. Clean this, clean the room. Husband's doing the laundry. And then after that, I need like a reset environment where I can like sit down in my room, do some computer work, put on the new season of Love is Blind in the background, and edit some videos and do all of that. So that's the point we want to get to, but there's big obstacles sitting in front of us right now, which is obviously putting everything away. But something I wanted to talk to y'all about while I did this were some of my goals moving forward. So obviously whenever we got back, our New Year's goals were pretty much obviously training and completing half marathon, which I already did and killed it, as y'all can see. We have another one in New York that obviously I'm gonna run too, but I'm kind of contemplating like training for a marathon after that or not. I know I've been letting y'all know, like I've been dealing with some like postural strain issues, and I think starting long distance running kind of flared that up a little bit, and so I'm trying to heal and work through it, but also it kind of makes me second guess like, okay, Do I want to train for a marathon, considering that's even obviously more like intense and crazy training than a half marathon? So I'm just trying to weigh my options. I don't really know and I haven't really decided yet. I may decide like post New York, but if I'm being so honest, race day like hype was so real. I was having the best time ever. And then coming out and like crossing the finish line, beating my time that I wanted to beat, like, y'all, I don't know, I thrive off of hitting new goals, and that felt so freaking good. And it's just a new way to challenge yourself, you know? So I can't really decide if I want to push it that far or not, or if I just want to work on, okay, obviously, you know, having a killer half marathon time. But I loved having a performance goal with running, and I just don't think I'm ever gonna stop that. I have had performance goals with lifting before, but for me, I've just always been somebody who naturally, like, as far as enjoying a sort of movement, cardio and running has always been that for me. I used to run a long time ago when I first started my very first weight loss journey, and you know, I've always had it. Like, I've been in track, I played basketball in school, I was a dancer, and so cardio and that style of training just has always been more appealing to me as far as setting performance goals. Now, I love lifting, like I really enjoy it, and I would never not do it for health reasons, as far as like, of course, I want to maintain all my muscle mass and I don't want to atrophy and lose all of that. When you have more muscle, you're healthier, your metabolism is faster, you have a better quality of life. Like, all of those things are just so important, and so I will never ever not lift. But when it comes to like pushing myself and thriving off of certain goals that I set performance wise, like for me that just happens with like cardiovascular endurance style training. Running is definitely that for me. So I don't want to not push myself farther, but I also know that like marathon training does take a toll on your body. Like, it's huge. I just don't know. I think I'm gonna have to feel it out after New York, and then if I do want to start training for a marathon, you know, it would probably be one that would be in 2026. Just to give myself time and not stress out about it, because that's a big freaking task. Okay, we have completed the kitchen. Let me show you proof of how pristine she is. Got the counters all wiped down. Look at that sink. I even wiped down the fridge. And now my stove is soaking with some Goo Gone on it, so I can get that off. But now what I'm gonna do in between kitchen and bedroom cleaning is I'm gonna prep my lunch and make a TikTok video cooking it and get that up and posted, because it's a new lunch recipe. And then after that, I'm gonna kind of put my lunch in the microwave, clean the room, reset everything in there, and then I'll have my lunch once I'm like in bed and can turn on my Love is Blind, because there is nothing like a meal. Like, rushing and eating a meal just is not my thing. Like, I will wait 2 hours if I get to sit down like in my bed or in my dining room or whatever with something on a screen. I feel so much more relaxed and in my space, because that's how I enjoy a meal, you guys. And I think that that's an important lesson to learn. A lot of people like underestimate the power of just like sitting down and intentionally like eating. And when you do that and you're intentional about it, you enjoy it and you let yourself enjoy it and be in the moment and don't just like amnesia eat all day, that's when you actually get to enjoy your meals and like not feel like you have constant food noise 24/7. So take it from me, that changed my life, and I will always, sometimes obviously you can't do it every single time you have a meal, but when I can control it, I will. So let me show you the ingredients we're doing for lunch. Okay, this is what's gonna make up my lunch. This is some filet that we cooked on the Blackstone 2 nights ago. This is my leftover one, so I'm building my meal around that as my protein source. I have this mashed cauliflower that we just got. I'm trying it for the first time, and I'm making a little green bean bowl out of it. So that's gonna be our base. We're adding some Good Culture cottage cheese on top. I'm gonna use about 110 grams of this for some extra protein. Then doing it with some no sugar added raised barbecue sauce, and then I'm gonna steam some green beans, which are my favorite vegetable for volume to bulk things up. I'm gonna steam these in the microwave, garlic them, and then throw it all in a bowl together. So once I do that and get the final product, I'll be back to show y'all what it looks like. We have completed lunch, you guys. Look at this insane lunch I've made. I'm about to mix it all up and everything, but we have steak, cottage cheese, green beans. I steamed the green beans and the cauliflower mash in the microwave, put those as the base, added the steak, cottage cheese, and seasonings on top, and oh my god, I'll try a little bite just really quick. I usually like to stir everything up, but I'm gonna take a picture of it in a second, so I don't wanna mess it up, but I really do it every single time, so if you wanna see how to make this, it'll be up on my TikTok. You need to run. Okay, now that we have lunch made and we've basically cleaned the whole house, living room is complete, kitchen is so clean, everything is good down here. We gotta go tackle my bedroom, and then I'm gonna chill and eat lunch. So let me just show you what we're working with in a second. Okay, it does not look good in here. We gotta make the bed, have a bunch of clothes over there. Need to clean up all of that mess. And then a bunch of laundry here. The bathroom's even worse. So obviously need to clean off all of the counter and laundry busting out of the thing over here. I need to vacuum in here. I also need to take the bathroom trash out because it's so full. I don't even need to show that on camera. That's kind of gross, sorry. Let's freaking get into it because I want to eat my food and having that meal is my motivation to grind and get this freaking done. Shall we chat while I work so this won't be as freaking boring for me and you get to sit here and watch me do everything? Yes, we shall. I think one of the other questions I wanted to address in this vlog that I've been getting a lot recently is if I ever go over my calorie intake. And I know because a lot of people have been commenting on my videos lately because I've been like talking about planning your calorie intake whenever you're going out and not making excuses for yourself and like being able to execute on a plan. I definitely go over my calories and in no way am I perfect at all, but I've kind of learned like what circumstances are worth it for me and what circumstances I can easily make work. So like, for example, last night, whenever me and my husband had our Valentine's Day dinner outing, like that is an example where I was at home the rest of the day. Like I wasn't traveling 24/7. I wasn't, you know, not being able to make any meals at home. And so because I had a normal day, it was like so easy for me to just be able to like keep my other meals like high volume, low calorie and prep for my dinner and be able to order. I still ordered everything that I wanted. Like we ordered an appetizer, I ate some of the bread. I ordered ravioli, I had like 3 cocktails. I still got everything that I wanted, but because I pre-planned for it, it didn't have to be a day where I was like, oh, I'm gonna use this day to go over my calories. If I don't have to, and I can have both, why wouldn't I? When I do that and put in the extra work needed to just check off more days, you know, within my goals, then that allows me to have the flexibility to, you know, whenever life requires me to be in a surplus or when I can't track my calories or my macros and it's harder for me to be able to make sure that everything I do is like planned out accordingly. Like for example, when I travel to Texas to see my family, we usually eat like literally probably all our meals out, which means that it's going to be harder for me to stay within my calorie intake on those days because I have more opportunity where it's like, okay, maybe 3 meals have to be calorically dense rather than just 1 meal being calorically dense. So you get so far in your health journey and your fitness journey, weight loss journey, whatever that looks like for you, where you have a really set routine and it's easy to execute on because you've been disciplined for so long. When people ask me if I go over my calories, I'm like, yeah, but this day wasn't one where I felt the necessity to do that because I would have celebrated Valentine's Day with the meal that I did last night the same exact way, regardless of if I would have been in my calories that day or if I wouldn't have been in my calories that day, because the only thing I wanted to celebrate and enjoy was that dinner. And so why not get the best of both worlds, have another day that's checking off the boxes within your goals, executing on a plan, while still being just as flexible and just as indulgent and just as balanced and just as, you know, involved in the experience as you would be if those other 2 meals maybe weren't at home, right? So it's like, yes, I do have instances where I go over my calories or instances where I'm eating in a surplus or instances where I'm not even tracking. However, when I know I have the opportunity to make it work that day and it's not that hard and all I have to do is pre-plan things into my day and then eat high protein, high volume, low calorie at the beginning of the day like I always do, why would I not use that opportunity to be like, check, just another day towards my goals? I'm not gonna use Valentine's Day or Thanksgiving or my birthday or some of those things, depending on what the circumstance looks like, depending on what my routine looks like that day, may totally end up being in a surplus or whatever. But I don't use that as an excuse to go into the day of like, oh, I'm just gonna say screw it and fit a bunch of food into this day that I wouldn't randomly probably even want anyways, because then I'm gonna feel like crap if I use it as a glorified binge session, whereas now I'm getting to experience and still hit my goals, and to me that's like peak where I want to be every single day. Like once you do this for long enough and you've crafted such a good, smart, healthy, balanced relationship with food, and also you've learned how to stay full and satisfied within a calorie deficit or a calorie maintenance or whatever, because the foundations of your diet are so prominent and so focused on a goal, it gets easy to be able to like hit your goals and still experience things. It really isn't as difficult as people make it out to seem. But whenever you're in the headspace of like, oh, I can't experience this and get towards my goals at the same time, then you go into that experience or that event or whatever with through the lens of this is the only time I'm allowing myself to enjoy things, so I might as well go overboard. That's how you keep getting stuck in a cycle of like never losing weight or never hitting your goals, and that's because you're telling yourself that those two things aren't possible at the same time. Did I feel restricted at all last night? No, I got every single thing that I wanted. It just took a little bit of pre-planning to fit it into my goals, and that's like so worth doing for me because then I get to do both, so why wouldn't you? So yeah, that's my little rant and tangent for the day about calories. I'm gonna finish cleaning everything in here and then sit my butt down and eat my steak bowl. Okay guys, we're finally freaking done with our reset. Beautiful bed made. Everything is vacuumed and pristine. Bathroom is all clean. I know you really can't see it, but just believe me, she's clean. And laundry is getting started, so now it is time for me to chill out. That's what I do on my Sunday resets, usually grocery restock, clean the house, and then I sit down, have lunch, and finish up honestly some like work just to get a head start going into the week. Makes me feel better when I wake up on Monday knowing that I have a good head start in front of me with content and stuff like that. So that's what I'm gonna be doing the rest of the day, and I'm just gonna take it chill. Sunday's my rest day, so I don't normally go to the gym, but I still do hit around 10,000 steps, so if anything, I'll go get on my walking pad later. Yeah, I'm gonna go heat up my food and grub. Thank you for watching my vlog. As always, I love having you here. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Like this video, it really helps me out. I'm trying to grow my YouTube channel this year. It's like one of my biggest goals, and we're not that far from 10,000 subscribers, so if you're watching it, I would love to have you. I'm linking my other socials below, my Instagram, my TikTok that I post on daily, so y'all can have me over there. If you're just from YouTube, go check those out too. And then my coaching application for my permanent weight loss coaching program, which is my program where I help women lose weight in a sustainable way where you don't hate your life, you feel like they're habits that are gonna last forever. Nutrition, exercise help included, 24/7 access to me, the whole accountability system you need to make sure that you really are prioritizing weight loss in a healthy way and fueling your body for your goals. You can apply through that below, and I'll reach out via text and we can talk about the program and how to get started. But other than that, I love you and I hope you're having an amazing week. I'll see you next Monday on our next vlog, and have a good one, guys. Bye.